Today we are unboxing a Breitling Chronomat chronograph, and admittedly this video is a bit untraditional. I'll unbox this watch, I'll share some first impressions, and then I'll show you this watch being taken camping up in the Wasatch Mountains in Utah. Now, this is a press example chronomat from Brightling that I will be able to wear and feature during an extended series of videos here on the channel. And that's why it came in this Breitling shipping box without the warranty card, without the traditional paperwork, without the traditional Breitling presentation box. Just a fun fact, Breitling does not ship their watches within their traditional boxes to the AD network. They always use these large blue shipping boxes that have room for 3 different watches set in memory foam. Now, over the next several months, I'm going to share my detailed experiences with this Chronomat chronograph. What's it like to use every day? How does this actually hold up? What does it look like in various situations? What's awesome about it? What's negative about it? Does this leave aspects to be desired? I plan to really put this watch through its paces, and we'll start with a camping trip. Now, I have no oversight from Breitling. I will say whatever I want about this watch, good or bad, and I will have to pay for a service and a refinishing at the end of my time with this, unless I realize that I just can't live without it. And in that case, I'll ask Breitling if I can buy it directly. And if I'm honest with myself, that's the most likely outcome because I love this watch, especially on the Rouleau bracelet. Breitling is one of my favorite brands. I would rank them right along with Rolex, Seiko, and Cartier just for myself with how much I enjoy the brands. Breitling has a strong brand identity. You really can't confuse a proper Breitling with another brand, even from across the room. I love the quality, I love the history, I love the presence, I love the details, and of course, I'm a fan of this manufacturer chronograph B01 caliber. We'll get more into that later on. Now, a few things about this Chronomat chronograph. The sunray green is so good. Breitling does one of the best green dials on the market when it comes to the shade and the execution. This green kind of blends in with the black textured sub-registers. When you're looking at this from, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 feet away, but then you angle this just right, and then the lacquer finish of the green really shines. And you see the defined sunburst effect or finish on the green, and it's very dynamic. Now, this dial in part looks this crisp, this good, because of the excellent top and bottom applied ARC or anti-reflective coatings on this cambered or domed sapphire crystal. And I've long said this in various videos, but Breitling is the best in the business at doing good ARC, and I think that makes a big difference while you're wearing a watch. Now, this chronomat is heavy, and you notice that, and I love that about this watch. Yes, there are times where I like wearing a light, thin watch that disappears, that flies under the radar, that you don't notice when you're wearing it. But mostly, the majority of the time, I love wearing substantive sport watches that have weight, that have presence, that have that X factor. I don't think there's anything quite like that. So I love feeling the weight of this watch. I really enjoy that dramatic taper of this solid Rouleau bracelet. It just feels so satisfying on the wrist. Now, I also think this watch has the proper amount of polish and pop. It's not overly shiny. It's not blinged out like some previous Breitling models had a tendency to be. This is mostly brushed. There are some polished areas on the case edges that are chamfered. Also on the link edges, there are a couple places in the bracelet that have a polished accent, but the dominant polished area is the bezel, and I assume this is the part of the watch that's really going to show the most wear and tear over time, and I'll update you about the condition of this as we go through the various videos. So that said, let's switch over to my camp trip up in the Wasatch Mountains with my family. I have an 8-year-old that wanted to go camping for her birthday, so we're just doing an easy overnighter at a beautiful campsite. So let's switch over there. I'll share some more thoughts about the watch while up in the mountains.
I'll pay this and get that. I'm surprised nobody took that. Oh.
So how did this watch do? I think it was very solid. It was a good inaugural type of watch experience, kind of like an initiation into my watch rotation, as silly as that sounds. I love camping. I love this watch. So wearing this watch while camping, it just heightened the overall experience to a small degree. Maybe that sounds emotional, but I think watch collecting is more emotional than it is logical. You know, anytime I glanced at my wrist, I loved seeing this beauty. There's something to that. But as far as function goes, this was very solid, near perfect timekeeping at plus 1.5 seconds over 24 hours. I used the chronograph to time how long it would take us to take down camp, pack it up, load it in the truck, and then I used the bezel, the dive bezel, for timing how long it would take us to drive down the canyon. Now, I know that sounds a bit silly. Why would I do that? But it's just additional information that I can use when I plan another camp or maybe the next camp up in that canyon. So it was functional in that regard. Now, the Lume was pretty solid for about an hour, but later on into the night, I found it difficult to read. I did get up at 2 a.m. I tried to look at the watch on my wrist, and it was kind of a strain to read the time. Now, I'll end with this. There's one thing that could definitely improve this watch, and that's the clasp. This has a butterfly-style deployant that has a seamless look in this gorgeous rouleau-style bracelet, but I do feel that the watch would benefit from a sport-style clasp with a sliding quick adjustment system on the underside of the clasp. This is a sport watch with 200 meters of water resistance. It has a large thread-down crown. It has beefy crown guards. It has a dive bezel. This sport watch needs a sporty adjustable clasp. I don't consider it a deal breaker, but I do feel a watch of this caliber should have it. Let me know what you think about that. And let me know if there's anything specific that you would like me to cover in future videos in this series. I have some interesting things planned. Thanks for watching today. Please like and subscribe. That is a good marshmallow. You did that one? For me? Why, thank you, daughter.
Daughter.
All right, let's taste it.